and this was the path that the north and south, when the war was over. And it also served as a field hospital.
That was in the basement at the Farmers Hope Inn in Manhattan, and it was interesting. The basement was very disorienting, and this was a stairwell that led to nowhere.
Cool. What kind of equipment do you use?
I'll let Gary start with that.
Okay.
We have a lot of audio and video equipment. Primarily, we use digital handheld recorders that have the USB link, so we can easily get to a computer for analysis. We also use Sony night shot cameras that have been modified with infrared illumination so they can see in the dark. And then we use K2 meters, trifield meter, Gauss meters, anything to measure anomalies with magnetic or other types of energy.
You know, when you came and talked to our science fiction club, I thought it was so interesting that you'll leave these places that are supposed to be haunted, where you have your equipment set up, thinking you have absolutely nothing. And then you'll get back and listen to the tapes or look at the pictures, and there you'll have sounds or really identifiers, because you played some of it for us, and the pictures with some of the foggy looking globes and orbs and stuff in specific places, which I think is really, really interesting. What's the farthest distance that you've gone to do when you went to do the Queen Mary?
Long Beach, California.
I know that there's one story, if I can prompt you to tell us about your camera.
Yeah. Well, it's known that spirits will drain energy batteries. And when I went out to California to visit my friend Kathy, we spent the night on the Queen Mary. And we went running all around the ship, taking EVPs and taking pictures and things. We got to the end hallway, and as soon as we started taking pictures, the batteries started going dead in our camera. And we would remove the batteries, and they would be hot in our hand. We couldn't hardly touch them. We'd put fresh batteries in, take 1 or 2 pictures, go completely dead again. We went through 26 batteries in this one hallway. We never could get any pictures taken of it. Had no problem the rest of the ship, just this one hallway. So we felt like maybe it was a portal, and Mary is known to be well haunted.
And there was a picture that you took of a stateroom.
Right, it was my stateroom. In fact, it was the very first picture I took as soon as we arrived at the Queen Mary, and with an anomaly of right over my bed.
I think that's spooky.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see it until after I got back home. So,
up and down the East Coast, what's the farthest? You said Savannah?
Probably New Orleans.
New Orleans. Do you all investigate other paranormal phenomenon or just hauntings?
Right now, we have just been into the spirit world or the hauntings, but we would not be opposed to investigating something else. If someone had a UFO sighting or Bigfoot or anything like that, we're interested in all paranormal, but right now it's taking us into the hauntings.
We have squirrel squatch in our attic over our bedroom.
We'll be there.
Can you come and do something about that?
Ghostec will be there.
Okay. All right. The investigations that you've done, can you tell me where you've been, just in this area and what you found?
A lot of the places that we have gone here are places that we cannot disclose due to the owner not wanting their name or the information, but a lot of it has just been in homes. So, and we've found some things, but not enough to satisfy us.
If you think you've got a haunted house or something other than squirrels in your attic, how do people contact you? Do they just call you up and say, I understand you do this, could you come over and see if I've...
They can, but a lot of people, we do have calling cards and things, and we do like coming and speaking to your group and Jonathan in the school and the different places that we talk. we put the word out. We have a contact page on our website. And of course, the website's www.ghostec.us. So we would prefer that they contact us like that.
And you said that the majority of you, who's available, who's not working, when you get a call and then you go, it's not, you have to have certain members of a team to.
Well, we always like to take one team member that's not here tonight. We like to take her, Peggy. You know Peggy?
I know Peggy.
Peggy's very, very sensitive, and we use her in Ghostec as what we call an impressionist. And I don't like to say that she's totally psychic, because we just don't know that. But does get impressions, so we give her pen and paper, and she picks a seat and does what she does. She gets impressions. And then when that's over, we compare that with our scientific work and see, we collaborate and see what we have. Sandy has a sense of smell. Gary's wife has a sensitive streak. We combine all of that.
All your talents come together to do an investigation. I'm an animal lover, and when you talk to our science fiction group, one of the things that still stands out in my mind was you talking about picking up a cat sound.
Yes.
Would you tell us about that?
Yes, we were in Avnell, and Peggy had her recorder run, and it happened to be one of those times that she just left it running, so she didn't want to download it, and so I took it home, and when I downloaded it to the computer, at a particular time that they thought they had seen something run past them, on the recorder, there's a cat meow. And yes, we do feel like that animals come back.
And didn't you say that you thought there was a possibility it could have been a cat in there? And
I spoke to another paranormal investigation group when we were doing the first lecture series at Avnell, and they came up to me and said, yeah, we got the same cat meowing in one of our recordings, so there's multiple people who've heard the same cat.
So we think it's a ghost cat.
you see, somebody gave me a plaque that says heaven. All the cats that ever loved you waiting for you at the gate.
No.
And to me, just hearing this cat story that you told made me think, well, they're moving on too. They're not just gone. And
Exactly.
And Avnell is, just to make sure there are no animals in Avnell. There are no cats, there's no dogs. It's not a living house anymore. It's kind of like a museum now.
Right.
So there was no possibility of an actual living cat in the house with us.
And this is Avonell in Bedford.
Yes, the Avnell house in Bedford, yes.
Tell me, what was the most bizarre thing you've encountered?
That's going to have to go to Gary.
Well, the second time we investigated the Bird Theater, that was a couple years ago around Halloween, and we set up equipment, and at one point early in the morning, about 3 in the morning, everybody was in the lobby, and I decided to walk down to the stage by myself with a night shot camera. And again, that sees in the dark, and so I'm walking along looking at a floodlight, essentially. Near the stage, and this is a wide open aisle, when I get near the stage, my throat, and within seconds after that, you hear a loud whack. And I didn't hear it audibly, but I felt the pain. And I'm glad I had the camera on because it videotaped the event. And as what you see is I'm walking along, I clear my throat, you hear the loud whack, or you don't hear the whack, but I felt the pain. Within a couple days, I had a bruise and a knot.
Oh, my.
And so most profound, you can see on the tape there's nothing there. Nothing could have caused it.
Wide aisle. He didn't run into anything. It was just somebody told him it was time to leave.
All right, my next two questions are, one, do you ever get scared?
No.
No.
Excited, yes.
Excited.
Yeah,
Scared, no.
I'm sure.
When it happened to me, I just froze and panned the camera around. I thought there had to be an explanation, and since we work scientifically, I wanted to confirm there wasn't any other explanation.